The clock is ticking, and only 60 seconds remain before this opportunity closes forever. In the next minute, you will have the chance to lock in a frequency, an energy that has the potential to transform your very being. I am Oilia, here on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring you an urgent communication from the Arcturan Council. Right now, something extraordinary is unfolding within your energetic field. A profound shift is taking place, and you may not even realize it. Your cellular structure, the very building blocks of your physical form, is awakening to a blueprint that hasn't been accessed in years, possibly lifetimes. This is no ordinary transmission. It was sent to you at a time when your physical vessel is beginning a transformation that most humans never consciously experience. And it is happening right now. But this cosmic window will soon close, and once it does, you will not be able to unlock this rejuvenation frequency again. By the time you finish this message, you will know exactly how to lock in this activation before the final seconds slip away. What you're experiencing is not happening to everyone. The Arcturan Council, with their advanced technologies and cosmic awareness, has been closely observing the vibrational shift on Earth. They have identified specific souls whose frequency signatures are ready for this activation. You are one of those souls. Your energy field has reached a critical threshold, a tipping point, where the old programming that has governed your life can finally be overridden. This isn't about proving your worthiness. You don't need to earn it. You are already worthy. You've already crossed that threshold by simply being here, in this moment, receiving these words. The Council operates not on arbitrary decisions, but on precise energetic mathematics, quantum calculations that measure your soul's readiness down to the most subtle frequency shifts. They do not make mistakes. Your presence here is not random. It was orchestrated by your higher self, your soul, which has been preparing for this moment. I'm about to explain why the Council issued this message, what is happening within your body right now, and how you can anchor this cellular awakening before the cosmic window closes. Like this video if you acknowledge your star lineage and are ready for this transformation. Subscribe if you feel that your mission is aligning with your true frequency. Comment, activate if you feel the resonance of these words in your body. This isn't just content you're consuming, it's a bridge to something greater, something that your soul has been anticipating for eons. You've come here for a purpose. The dominant belief system of your world teaches that aging is inevitable, that it's an unavoidable process that leads to decline and limitation. But what if everything you've been told about aging is not true? What if aging isn't a biological law, but rather a collective agreement, a shared hypnosis? This is the lie that humanity has been participating in for so long that it feels like truth. Every time someone says, "That's just what happens when you get older," they are reinforcing this false narrative. Every time you accept diminished vitality as your fate, you are supporting the illusion that keeps humanity trapped in the cycle of aging. But you're different. Something deep inside of you has always questioned this narrative. Perhaps you've looked at photographs of elders from indigenous cultures, those with clear eyes, vibrant energy, and strength well into their 80 seconds or 90 seconds, and wondered why they defy the usual aging patterns. Maybe you've read about yogis or spiritual masters who seem to transcend the normal rules of physical decline. Or maybe you've simply felt in your bones that something about the standard aging story doesn't add up. That feeling you have, that inner knowing, is your starseed consciousness waking up to the truth. It's your soul recognizing the lie that has been perpetuated for eons. You come from lineages where immortality wasn't a fantasy, it was a science. The ancient civilizations of the stars knew something that humanity has forgotten. They understood that consciousness and physical form are not separate, they are one. Your body is not just a collection of cells and organs, it is a crystalline information system. It reorganizes itself based on the frequency that you embody. When you operate from your earthly identity, consumed by the worries of survival, trapped in emotional reactivity, and anchored in scarcity thinking, your cells interpret these signals as instructions, and they begin to deteriorate in response. Your body, this brilliant system of light and data, functions as both an antenna and a broadcaster. It was designed to harmonize with the highest vibrations of creation. But when your internal world is dominated by fear, stress, conflict, and feelings of inadequacy, your cells receive these frequencies as corrupted commands. The result? Your body stops functioning from its original program of continuous regeneration, and instead, it starts running programs of shortage and collapse. Think of it like trying to broadcast a beautiful symphony through broken speakers. The music is still there, but the transmission becomes distorted. Over time, the system malfunctions. Your physical vitality, your body's natural ability to renew and restore itself, responds directly to the frequency you emit from within. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, all of these shape your body's physical state. Your cells are listening to you right now, not just your words, but your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs about yourself and reality. Every thought you think generates an electromagnetic signal, and every emotion you feel releases a cascade of chemicals. Your cells are bathed in this internal environment all the time, and they adapt accordingly. When you think thoughts of limitation, your cells receive those as instructions. When you feel emotions of fear and scarcity, your cells reorganize themselves around those frequencies. This isn't just metaphor, it's science. It's measurable biology meeting quantum physics. Research in epigenetics shows that gene expression changes based on environmental factors like stress, emotions, and beliefs. Your DNA isn't fixed, it's a responsive system. The genes that are activated or silenced depend on the signals you send. This means that the difference between a body that ages rapidly and one that maintains vitality isn't just a matter of genetics. It's about which aspects of your genetic potential you're activating through your consciousness. Think about what happens when you're in love, genuinely, deeply in love. Your skin glows, your eyes brighten, and you feel energized. People might say you look younger. That's not a coincidence. Your consciousness has shifted into a high-frequency state, and your cells are responding by activating regenerative programs. Now, imagine living in that frequency all the time, not just during moments of romantic bliss, but as your baseline state. That's the activation the Arcturans are inviting you to step into right now. That's the rejuvenation that is available to you. But those of you who carry starseed consciousness have something even more unique within you. Embedded in your DNA are templates from civilizations that mastered physical immortality. The Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Lyrians, they understood that the mind shapes matter, not the other way around. Your physical vessel is waiting for you to access this knowledge and ignite the dormant codes within you. Deep within your double helix, beyond your biological programming, lies a cosmic inheritance, activation codes from star civilizations that moved beyond the constraints of linear aging. Imagine an archive hidden in every cell, containing ancient wisdom, holding the blueprints for a vessel that never ages, a body that continuously regenerates and revitalizes itself. These advanced civilizations knew that consciousness is the creator, spirit is the designer, and physical matter is the responsive medium. Now, the Arcturan Council is offering you a chance to reconnect with this cosmic knowledge. They're inviting you to awaken the dormant codes within your DNA, to unlock the secrets that have been hidden for eons. This is your moment to remember who you truly are and to claim your birthright of eternal vitality. The clock is ticking. Will you take the opportunity? The body is not merely governed by physical law. It is a direct reflection of the consciousness inhabiting it. Every cell, every atom vibrates in harmony with the frequency of the mind, heart, and soul. This is the fundamental truth that has been lost, buried beneath layers of conditioning and societal beliefs about the nature of life, aging, and physical decline. For most of your life, the vast potential lying dormant within your cellular structure has been inaccessible. These light codes, the divine instructions encoded deep within your DNA, are not dormant because they lack power. They are dormant because they require a specific frequency to unlock. Imagine that your body is like a vault filled with infinite wealth. However, the combination lock only responds to a particular vibrational signature. For much of your life, you've been broadcasting frequencies that don't align with the combination to this vault. Not because you weren't trying, but because you didn't know that the combination even existed. You were conditioned to live within the constraints of limitation rather than transcend them. Society has taught you that aging, decay, and deterioration are inevitable, and you've been conditioned to believe that these processes are beyond your control. But this is not the truth. The truth is that you were designed to be eternal. The Arcturans, a race that has been working with Earth for longer than recorded human history, understand the deep connection between consciousness and physical form. They're not interested in being worshipped or followed. They are interested in helping those who carry Arcturan lineage remember their true nature. The Arcturan frequency, which runs through your very being, is the key to unlocking this dormant potential. If you are here, reading this message, you carry that frequency in your energy field. Your body, with its crystalline consciousness template, has the capacity to function more like crystal than carbon. In metaphorical terms, crystal holds frequency with perfect clarity. Crystal doesn't decay in the same way organic matter does. It is a living geometry, maintaining its structure across vast timescales. Similarly, your physical body, when activated through these light codes, begins to function more like crystalline light than dense matter. This doesn't mean you will become transparent or non-physical. It means that your cellular structure becomes more coherent, more organized, and more responsive to consciousness. When your body is in a coherent field, disease cannot take hold. Decay cannot progress in a structure that is continuously reorganizing itself at the quantum level. This is what the ancient masters knew. This is what the star civilizations demonstrated. And this is what you are being invited to remember and embody in this moment. The physical form you inhabit hasn't malfunctioned. It is simply in standby mode, waiting for the correct activation codes. It is a powerful system, a sleeping titan, ready to rise. It contains the perfect memory of its original blueprint, a brilliant design for limitless vitality, luminous health, and a state of existence that defies aging. This blueprint is calling to you, softly, patiently waiting for you to remember and reconnect with the immense potential that lies dormant within. The separation you feel from your true essence is not something you caused. Earth has been broadcasting interference patterns for millennia, maintaining humanity in a state of survival consciousness and severing its connection to its divine blueprint. Most starseeds, individuals like you who carry a higher consciousness, have navigated this earthly existence feeling misaligned. You've tried to reconcile a reality that was never designed to accommodate your expanded awareness. For ages, Earth has been enveloped by a thick barrier of forgetting, an ongoing energetic interference that has weakened humanity's natural link to the divine source. These disruption frequencies, though quiet, have been powerful, constructing a shared story of constraint, anxiety, and hardship. They've locked consciousness into an endless loop of survival, disconnecting humans from their inherent brilliance. This constant energetic noise has cultivated a profound sense of isolation, a deep severing from the soul's greater design. For countless starseeds, This earth journey feels like an eagle trapped in a henhouse, its powerful wings aching for the boundless skies, yet confined within an environment that feels fundamentally wrong. You've moved through life carrying a constant sense of not belonging, as though the atmosphere itself, the conversations around you, and the structures of society are slightly out of sync with your inner truth. This sensation of inhabiting an uncomfortable disguise is your soul's recognition that Earth's current vibrational state, saturated with limitation and density, simply doesn't match the expansive, multidimensional consciousness you naturally embody. You carry memories of traveling through cosmic dimensions, experiencing realities far more magnificent than the current planetary experience allows. This persistent discord often shows up as a continual yearning, a quiet fatigue, or an unexplainable sadness, as your soul seeks to realign with the truth of its boundless nature. Every time you examine your reflection and notice the signs of aging, those fine lines, the depletion of vitality you are witnessing, the gap between your present frequency and your original divine template, your soul holds the memory of being eternal, radiant, and completely alive across higher dimensions. Your physical body strives to mirror this memory, but it receives conflicting signals from a consciousness that has temporarily forgotten its true identity. The subtle dimming of your gaze, the feeling of energetic depletion, these are not merely signs of time passing. They are physical manifestations of frequency misalignment. They are evidence of a gap between your soul's magnificent blueprint and the current frequency instructions your body is processing. Your soul, an ancient traveler of the cosmos, remembers what it's like to exist in dimensions where time flows rather than confines. It remembers being pure light, an ever-shifting tapestry of limitless energy. Your physical vessel is a faithful mirror of this radiant truth. It continuously works to align with this elevated memory of your true nature, attempting to express the inner brilliance that resides within you. But without complete, clear instructions from your higher consciousness, it often falls back on the restricted, fear-driven programming it inherited. It is like giving a master craftsman's intricate design to someone who only knows how to work with inferior materials. The body does its best, but it struggles without the full clarity of its higher consciousness. This disconnection from your true essence initiates what I call blueprint erosion. Your cells gradually lose contact with their perfect design. They are fed restrictive beliefs about what is achievable, limiting ideas absorbed from collective consciousness, personal wounds, and inherited patterns of decline. These beliefs act as frequency poison, obscuring cellular wisdom and causing it to lose touch with its inherent wholeness. The body becomes trapped in a cycle of self-deterioration, but the transformative power of remembrance is here. The moment you begin consciously reconnecting with your true essence as an infinite being having a temporary earth experience, everything begins to shift. It's as if a beacon inside of you, long dormant, suddenly lights up. Your DNA, which had been struggling with contradictory signals, now receives a clear, unbroken stream of elevated frequency instructions from your awakened consciousness. This surge in consciousness catalyzes an exponential acceleration in your cellular regeneration. Your body releases old, worn-out patterns, replacing them with vibrant, newly formed cells. Your energy field, which may have felt compressed or dimmed, expands back to its original radiant intensity. You become surrounded by a protective and energizing field that carries your unmistakable divine signature. The moment remembrance occurs, the confusion ceases. The mixed signals stop. Your body receives coherent, clear instructions from a consciousness that knows its true identity. And when that happens, the body doesn't need to be forced or convinced into healing. Healing is not something you do to the body. It is something you allow by removing the interference patterns that have been preventing it. Healing is the body's natural state. Once the interference is gone, the body will return to its optimal state because that is its original design. This is not a mystical concept, this is science. Your body was designed to be in a constant state of renewal, continually regenerating and realigning with its highest blueprint. All you need to do is remember, reconnect, and allow. Your transformation begins the moment you step into your true divine frequency. The codes are already within you. The time to activate them is now. If what you're feeling right now seems like layers of your being peeling back, like you're touching something you've always known but could never fully access, then you are on the verge of something profound. You're ready for the complete framework that lies beyond the frequencies you've been experiencing. This is the beginning of an activation that will take you beyond what you once thought possible, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery. Through this path, you will be led to understanding the 9 master frequencies that can shift you from unconscious transmission into becoming the broadcast itself. These frequencies will help you move from the frequency prison of seeking to the effortless creation of embodied being. This transformation takes you from searching for external solutions to simply being the embodiment of your highest potential, effortlessly attracting and creating the life and vitality you deserve. This is why some individuals experience spontaneous remissions from diseases once deemed terminal. It is why some people seem to defy the aging process, growing more vibrant and youthful as the years pass. It's not magic, nor is it simply good fortune, it's alignment. It's the restoration of coherent communication between your infinite consciousness and your physical body. When that bridge is fully restored, the body can express its true nature, which is perpetual renewal, boundless vitality, and ageless radiance. What makes this moment in time so extraordinary is that Earth itself is undergoing a profound shift in frequency. Our planet is currently undergoing a massive consciousness upgrade, which is affecting every living being and the very fabric of reality itself. The interference frequencies that have been broadcasting limitation and constraint for millennia are beginning to dissolve. The veils of illusion are thinning, and the density that has constrained humanity is beginning to lift. This is a profound time in Earth's history. You are living through an era where the impossible is becoming possible, where the miraculous is becoming normal, and where consciousness, evolution, once thought to require multiple lifetimes, can now unfold in a single breath. What was once distant and unreachable, like physical immortality and the transcending of aging, is now becoming attainable for those who are ready. The journey back to your ageless state is not about resisting time or fighting against the inevitable progression of the clock. Instead, it's about transcending the illusion that time is linear in the first place. Time, as we understand it in this physical world, is an illusion. The true reality is that everything exists simultaneously in the eternal now. Your soul is not bound by time, it exists in a state of timelessness, where all possibilities and all dimensions coalesce in one unified field of consciousness. I am here to guide you through the activation sequence that will awaken your original divine blueprint. Reclaiming your natural agelessness is not about desperately clinging to youth or trying to stop the clock. It is far deeper than that. It is a journey of transcendence, a conscious return to the eternal present moment where all possibilities exist at once. This is where your true, unlimited self lives outside the constraints of linear time and the illusion of aging. To begin this path, it is crucial to recognize that your current physical reality is governed by inherited conditioning, not by the authentic truth of your soul. Every discomfort, every sign of deterioration, every moment of low energy reflects your body operating under collective human programming rather than your unique starseed blueprint. This recognition is the first step in dismantling the energetic agreements that have kept you trapped in cycles of decline. The foundational shift in your consciousness comes when you realize that the limitations you've been experiencing in your body are not inherent to your design. The aches, the fatigue, the gradual fading of vitality are not signs of inevitable aging. They are echoes of a body that has been functioning under the weight of collective human beliefs about aging, illness, and decline. These beliefs, ingrained through social programming, family patterns, and collective consciousness, have shaped your experience in this world. Once you recognize this truth, something begins to shift at a deep, foundational level. You no longer see yourself as a victim of biology. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and instead begin to ask, "What frequency am I broadcasting that is creating this experience?" This shift in questioning, from passive victimhood to active creation, is the doorway through which transformation enters. Many people attempt to heal their bodies while still fundamentally believing that they are broken, that aging is inevitable, or that decline is natural. But healing cannot occur from a frequency of belief in brokenness. You cannot regenerate from the foundation of accepting deterioration as your truth. To heal, you must first release those beliefs and accept that your body is not inherently flawed, but is simply responding to the frequencies it has been exposed to. This awareness, the realization that your current physical experience is based on inherited programming rather than your soul's divine blueprint, is not just a nice idea. It is an absolute prerequisite for everything that follows. Without this recognition, any attempts to heal will be built on a foundation of limitations. With this recognition, however, you clear the way for true healing and regeneration. You begin to clear away the old, worn-out patterns and start fresh from the blueprint of divine perfection that is your true heritage. The second step in this transformation is the clearing of frequency interference. Your body has been processing conflicting transmissions, both from your awakened starseed essence and from the conditioning of human society. These conflicting signals cause confusion at the cellular level. The recalibration practices I will guide you through are designed to eliminate these mixed signals, allowing your DNA to receive pure, coherent directives from your higher consciousness. Imagine your internal cellular network as a highly sensitive communication grid, constantly broadcasting and receiving vital information. For eons, this grid has been inundated with interference, chaotic and contradictory frequencies that cloud your body's natural communication system. On one frequency band, your starseed essence is broadcasting clear, crystalline signals of remembrance, of health, and of your divine blueprint. On another frequency band, the static of human conditioning, anxieties, fears, and beliefs about decline transmits its own distorted signals. This energetic interference generates confusion in your cells, causing them to struggle with conflicting directives. It's like an orchestra trying to perform two completely different pieces of music at the same time, creating dissonance and dysfunction. The body becomes depleted and exhausted from this internal conflict. Through targeted recalibration practices, you can begin to clear away the interference. These practices act as powerful energetic purifiers, clearing the noise and allowing your DNA to receive a clear, unambiguous directive from your higher consciousness. This allows your cells to realign with their original divine function, restoring their coherence and vitality. The clearing process may take many forms. For some, it involves conscious breathwork, which helps move stuck energy out of the system. For others, it may involve identifying and releasing limiting beliefs or using energy work and sound healing to realign the body's frequencies. Whatever form it takes, the goal is the same: to create an internal environment where your divine blueprint can flourish, free from the interference of old programming. This is the process of returning to your original state of agelessness. It is a journey back to the truth of who you are, a limitless being of light, living in perfect harmony with the natural rhythms of the cosmos. This journey is not about fighting against time. It is about transcending the illusion of time itself and stepping into the eternal present, where you are always radiant, always vital, and always in perfect alignment with your divine essence. What truly matters in this transformational journey is not the specific technique or practice you employ. What matters most is your conscious intention to clear the interference from your energy field and your willingness to let go of familiar patterns, even when they seem deeply ingrained in your identity. These old patterns, beliefs, and conditioning can feel so deeply rooted that releasing them may seem daunting, but they are the very key to unlocking your true potential. Take a moment now to reflect on this. In the comments, share what old pattern or limiting belief you're ready to release. Name it. By writing it out, you begin the energetic dissolution of that belief, and with each acknowledgement, you clear space for a new way of being. Here's what many don't expect during this clearing process. As the frequency interference begins to dissolve, it's common to feel a temporary worsening before the improvement fully takes hold. Old emotions, memories, and traumas that were buried deep within your subconscious may emerge, sometimes resurfacing in physical symptoms you thought had been resolved long ago. This can be an uncomfortable phase, but it's essential to understand that this isn't a failure of the process. It's the process working as intended. Your body has been storing these discordant frequencies in your tissues, organs, and cellular memory for a long time. And as you begin to clear the channels, all that has been suppressed must rise to the surface to be released. This is what I call the purification phase, and it requires trust. Trust that your body knows how to release what no longer serves you, and trust that the temporary discomfort is merely a necessary part of the transformation. Trust that you are supported by forces much greater than your conscious mind can fully comprehend, and trust that the discomfort is paving the way for your lasting transformation. Every step of this process is part of the journey back to your highest and most authentic state. The third movement in this activation process involves linking with your light body architecture, which is not some abstract concept or mystical theory. It is the energetic framework that your physical form was designed to reflect. Every starseed carries within them the blueprint for a crystalline light body, an energetic template that allows you to maintain optimal health, vitality, and youthful radiance. When you consciously connect with this template, your physical cells begin to restructure themselves according to divine wholeness, rather than the limiting forces of earthly deterioration. The light body is not a metaphor, it's an actual, tangible, energetic framework, a radiant matrix of pure light and consciousness. This light body serves as the original perfect design that your dense physical form was meant to mirror. The sacred mathematics that govern every starseed's being contain the blueprint for this crystalline light body, a vessel that is not bound by the limitations of density. It is a living, dynamic matrix of alignment and harmony, constantly recalibrating to maintain optimal health, unlimited vitality, and an inherent, radiant, youthful glow. When you consciously connect with and embody this light body template, you trigger a powerful metamorphosis within your physical form. This isn't merely healing, it is deep restoration, a return to the original, untainted state of physical existence. It's a state of vibrant aliveness that is perpetually renewed, where aging, decay, and disease simply have no foothold. Your physical cells, remembering their true origin, release accumulated disharmony and corruption from earthly decay and reorganize with perfect precision according to the flawless design of divine wholeness. This is the true nature of your physical existence, vibrant, alive, and perpetually rejuvenating. The fourth movement asks you to embody your multidimensional essence while still inhabiting physical form. Many people age because they try to compress their infinite consciousness into a restricted, three-dimensional identity. But your body was never designed to be a cage for your consciousness. It is an advanced vessel, a cosmic ship meant to navigate multiple dimensions and hold expanded awareness. When you begin to consciously function from your full, multidimensional presence, your physical form responds by extending its capacities. This shift requires you to consciously step into the magnificent reality of your multidimensional existence, not as abstract philosophy, but as a lived experience. When you operate from your full multidimensional consciousness, the physical body begins to respond by expanding its inherent abilities. You move beyond the limitations of the 5 physical senses, and suddenly you are perceiving patterns, energies, and realities that were once inaccessible. For example, you might find yourself knowing things without knowing how you know them. You could begin sensing the energy fields around people and places. You might become acutely aware of synchronicities, moments when everything seems to fall into place perfectly and effortlessly. This is the natural outcome of a consciousness that is functioning from its full potential. Living multidimensionally while in physical form allows you to access a new level of awareness. Time becomes fluid. You may accomplish in an hour what would normally take days. Opportunities, resources, and connections start flowing toward you naturally because you are aligned with the frequencies of synchronicity and effortless creation. This is what happens when you stop compressing your infinite essence into a limited identity. When you let your full magnificence express itself through your physical form, you tap into a flow of unlimited potential. The 5th movement is integration. Once you've activated these higher frequencies and experienced profound shifts in your consciousness, it is essential to learn how to sustain these elevated vibrations in your everyday life. This is a long-term commitment, not a one-time event, because your cells have been conditioned to function from limitation. For years, or even lifetimes, they have been programmed to adhere to the collective belief in scarcity, aging, and eventual decline. Sustaining this higher frequency becomes your stabilizing force. It's not enough to simply experience these shifts. You must learn to maintain them consistently. This means consciously choosing joy, appreciation, love, and kindness in every moment. It means actively cultivating thoughts, language, and actions that elevate your energy state, blocking the magnetic pull back into old patterns of limitation. It is through this daily commitment, through the conscious intention to live in a higher vibrational state, that you secure the new divine template. This new frequency becomes anchored in your cells, creating new energetic pathways that block regression to the old, limiting aging patterns. You are essentially building a new energetic muscle memory, strengthening your connection to the ageless essence within you. The 6th movement involves grounding your mission energy into your physical reality. Starseeds often experience rapid aging or energy depletion when they are disconnected from their true purpose, from the reason they incarnated on Earth. When you begin to embody your unique purpose and align with your divine mission, your entire being receives an influx of vital energy that reverses the effects of cellular breakdown. For many starseeds, there has been a quiet sense of separation from their purpose, a feeling of being disconnected from the reason they came here in the first place. This separation causes stagnation in the energetic system, blocking the flow of vital life force. However, the moment you reconnect with your purpose, when you consciously remember why you are here at this critical time, your entire being undergoes a profound shift. It's as if an internal star ignites, releasing an extraordinary surge of life force. This energy is not merely healing, it is actively reversing years of cellular breakdown, rejuvenating every cell in your body. Your purpose becomes the most powerful healing force within you, a source of limitless energy and vitality. As you live and express your sacred mission, your energy field becomes more expansive, and your body rejuvenates as if touched by the divine essence you are here to express. The 7th and final movement is learning to exist in what I call temporal fluidity. This is the ability to function beyond linear time while still inhabiting a physical body. As you transcend the illusion of time and fully integrate your higher consciousness, you step outside the constraints of past and future, existing in a state of timelessness. Time becomes a flexible, fluid experience, and you begin to move through life with ease, grace, and purpose. Authentic agelessness is not about clinging to the fleeting moments of youth or attempting to reverse the visible signs of aging through external means. It is about transcending the very concept of time-bound existence itself. True agelessness lies in the realization that your consciousness is not bound by the limitations of linear time. When you move beyond the illusion of time, your entire experience transforms. Instead of drawing energy from the finite and temporary aspects of life, your consciousness learns to source its vitality directly from the eternal, limitless wellspring of pure being. And as your consciousness shifts, your physical body mirrors this timeless state, reflecting an ageless, radiant presence. The culmination of this journey is the mastery of what I call temporal fluidity. This is not merely about existing beyond time, but about functioning consciously within time while simultaneously transcending it. It's a refined art, living fully in the physical world, while also recognizing the eternal and limitless essence of your being. This is not about escaping reality but expanding it, transcending the constraints of time, and living in the fullness of your multidimensional nature. When you begin to live authentically ageless, you step outside the need to fight against aging or hold on to fleeting youth. True agelessness is not a cosmetic reversal of time, but a profound shift in how you perceive and interact with the passage of time. It's a radical transcendence of the entire concept of time-bound existence. You no longer see time as a ruler that dictates your life. Instead, you recognize it as a flexible stream, a perception shaped by consciousness. When you access this understanding, your consciousness reconnects with the eternal now, drawing its energy from the limitless field of creation instead of the temporary streams of the past or future. This shift in consciousness is incredibly powerful because as your mind opens to the infinite, your body, as the faithful reflection of your consciousness, begins to mirror this shift. Your cells align with the frequency of the eternal, and you begin to experience your body in a completely different way. You start embodying a timeless presence, one that is perpetually renewed, unburdened by the markers of chronological aging, and radiant with vitality. The ancient star councils, the beings who have watched over humanity's evolution for millennia, understood this truth in profound ways. They knew that we, as infinite beings of light, were never meant to experience aging and physical death in the way that is commonly understood on Earth. When they observed humanity's journey, they saw that the aging process was not a law of nature, but rather a symptom of a deeper, spiritual forgetfulness. The aging process occurs when an infinite, eternal consciousness forgets its true nature and begins to operate under fear-based programming. This forgetting is what has caused humanity to experience aging, decay, and ultimately, death. Your incarnation on Earth was not a sentence to decay but a sacred assignment. You came here as an eternal being to ground divine frequencies into the physical reality of this planet. You are not a temporary visitor here. You are a living bridge, a grounding point for divine energy, and a beacon of light designed to infuse the Earth with elevated consciousness. The concept of aging and physical death as we know it is not a universal law. It is simply what happens when consciousness forgets its true eternal nature and begins functioning under the illusion of scarcity, separation, and limitation, the very fears that have saturated the collective human experience for eons. This is the key to understanding why aging does not need to be a part of your reality. The true eroding force of vitality is not biological, but fear. Fear, in all its forms, fear of death, fear of illness, fear of scarcity, dissolves the original blueprint of eternal renewal and replaces it with a false narrative of decline. But the truth is that your body is not failing you. It is simply waiting for you to remember the divine instructions you brought with you when you arrived. Every cell in your being carries the capacity for infinite regeneration and vitality. Your DNA is not just a biological instruction set, it is a cosmic archive, a holographic database of light codes that holds the keys to self-restoration, exponential energy amplification, and limitless consciousness expansion. These abilities exist far beyond current scientific comprehension. They are built into your very structure, waiting to be reactivated and released. And the reason you feel different, the reason you have always known that there is more to existence than what the majority perceives, is because of your star seed nature. This knowing, this deep, unshakable sense that you don't completely belong to the current world, is a sign that you are being called back to your original divine template. You were never designed to age in the conventional sense. You were designed to youth gracefully, shedding layers of limitation and fear until you embody the radiant, ageless being you have always been. The sensation of being different, of walking a path that diverges from the mainstream, is not a flaw, it is the unmistakable signature of your starseed nature. You are not meant to quietly fade away and surrender to the commonly accepted story of aging and decline. Your true destiny, your divine design, is far more extraordinary than that. You are designed to continuously evolve, to release limitation, and to embody your ageless essence fully. This process of agelessness is not a superficial attempt to reverse the hands of time. It is a profound internal transformation. It is a shedding of every fear-driven belief, every layer of conditioning that has hidden your true essence from you. It is a process of purifying your vessel, reclaiming your original vitality, and emerging as the radiant, ageless being you have always been, an eternal expression of light and boundless life. To begin this transformative journey, you must first recognize the truth of your body. Your physical form is not a broken machine. It is a divine, multidimensional vessel awaiting the activation codes from your awakened consciousness. This body is a faithful companion, designed to reflect the purity and light of your infinite essence. Each cell in your body contains miraculous capacity for regeneration, and your DNA carries the blueprint for self-restoration, expansion, and boundless vitality. You must reframe your relationship with your body, understanding that it is not something to be fixed, but something to be remembered, something that is waiting for you to activate the original divine blueprint that you carried with you from the moment of your birth. Within your DNA, there exists an archive of light codes, a cosmic storehouse of wisdom and potential that goes far beyond what science can currently measure. These codes contain the keys to regenerating your body, amplifying your energy, and expanding your consciousness. These aren't distant possibilities, they are inherent abilities that are waiting to be unlocked. You've always felt a sense of difference, because you are not designed to conform to the limitations of aging, illness, or death. Your true nature is that of an eternal, radiant being, and the process of reconnecting with this truth is a journey of remembrance and activation. Your body is not failing you, it is merely waiting for you to remember its sacred instructions. Every cell in your being has the capacity to regenerate infinitely, to expand in energy, and to grow in vitality. And when you reconnect with this truth, when you step fully into your starseed essence, you will begin to experience a profound shift in your body and your life. Your body is a reflection of your consciousness. When you awaken to your true nature, when you remember that you are an eternal, infinite being, your body will mirror that awareness. It will align with the original blueprint of agelessness and vitality that you brought with you into this life. This is the profound shift that is available to you now. A return to the radiant, ageless being you have always been, and it begins with the remembrance of your true self.